Hello, everyone. Russ of Aquarimax Pets here with my wife, Kelly, and with our guests today. We have Josh from Isobuddies, and we have Nanette and Wally from Supreme Gecko. So welcome, everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, everybody.
So
Am I the only one that brought pie?
We were supposed to bring pie?
We were supposed to have pecan pie, and I have a whole pecan pie in front of me here.
You need to eat some for us.
Yeah.
So I looked at the pumpkin, for the isopods, and I thought, we brought pie. I wonder if we weren't supposed to do that. I wonder if it was just for feeding the isopods. Oh, no. What do we do with this pie that's sitting here? I would have eaten it anyway. So
yeah, that's the way to do it. I mean, I think those are the words that need to be applied to every pie. I would have eaten it anyway.
Yeah.
Yep. It's there to be conquered.
Exactly. So Frank the Tank is here, and he said that he sees and hears us. Laura Taylor's here. Let's see. Allie Tom is here. Let's see. Who else is
All
here?
these people.
Okay. Space Monkey is here as well. And Chet is here. So we're getting people popping in. Great. So they have found the stream, despite the fact that there are apparently two streams with the same name.
Oh, no.
Sorry, everybody. I'm not sure how that happened. Yotaro is here, and Isopodacy is here. And Isopodacy says, happiest Thanksgiving. Happiest
Thanksgiving.
Sorry, I meant to say happiest Podsgiving. Okay, so yeah. So Josh, can you tell us a little bit about the history of Podsgiving? This is the 5th annual Podsgiving celebration.
This is the 5th one. This is the first one I haven't hosted, so it's a little melancholy. It's beautiful, though. I'm glad that it's still going on. So for me, I started it over on my channel, Isobuddies, which isn't around. Well, it's still there, but we're not doing any new content. But Thanksgiving is my favorite time of the year. It's my favorite holiday because it's all about the togetherness. It's all about the connections, right? The community. So I started it and invited Russ and Wally to be a part of it, and they happily agreed to be a part of it. And I think we did some weird feedings that year, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we did.
I set up like a whole meal for my isopods to see what would be the most sought after item on the plate. There was like turkey and cranberries, and there was everything on that plate. It was the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
And they didn't really even go for it. I think only 3 or 4 isopods ate off of it. So they were not as into Podsgiving as I was. Meanwhile, these isopods here are going to town on this pumpkin.
Yeah, they like it.
Yeah, this is just the plain pumpkin right out of the can. And they're digging it. And it's full of carotenoids. So good for them.
Good old carotenoids.
Yep.
So then we did it every year after that. We've been doing it every year since. And now Russ is keeping it going.
Yeah, a few weeks ago, I was thinking, you know what? We're not going to do Podsgiving this year. And then I thought, well, why not? And so I contacted Josh and Wally and Nanette and said, can we do it? And they said yes. So we're going to.
And here we are.
Yeah. And, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I think Frank wants you to take the mic and put it right next to the isopods so we can hear them munching away like potato chips.
That would be great isopod ASMR, wouldn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out, have I ever heard isopods eating before? I used to have some snails that you could hear crunching lettuce.
Oh,
That was a really fun thing to hear. And it was like, you didn't have to be that close. You could be a few feet away and still hear it. But I wonder if you could do that with isopods, if the mic were sensitive enough.
You could put a little mic in there. We hear them going.
Maybe with some of the bigger isopods like Porcellio pseudoornatus or maybe Porcellio hoffmannseggi, something like that. That'd be worth a shot.
Chewing on some lettuce. It had to be something crunchier than pumpkin puree, I think.
Yeah, crunchier than pumpkin puree, but something crunchy enough. They could probably do it. Like some kind of crisp green, like lettuce could work. We should try it.
Watermelon.
Oh, watermelon, yeah.
That's crunchy.
Yeah. A nice crisp watermelon.
Yes.
The rind.
The rind, yeah.
Yeah, especially the rind, yeah.
They'd go for it. They would go for it for sure.
Yeah, I usually don't offer them the rind because we give it to our chickens and they eat it right down to the skin. But we should try it with isopods.
It'd be a big big piece.
Yeah, just a wee piece. They'd love it.
I didn't know you guys had chickens.
Not
Do
exactly. I was going to say, if we have time during the live, just take some rind, leftover rind, and throw it out to the chickens, and bring the camera with you so we can watch that. That would be cool.
Yeah,
It's already dark outside here.
yeah. It's very
So
dark.
we're here too.
We have actually done we did a chicken
Done
live
A
stream.
couple of chicken
We
videos.
did one this spring, was it? When we did the
when
chicken
we
live
got the new
stream?
chickens.
I think we did. It was kind of fun.
Mhm.
We fed the chickens some super worms and mealworms and stuff. They jumped right up in the air to grab them. It's kind of fun to see.
Neat.
That's too
Oh.
fun.
So Laura Taylor said their pods are loud when they're tugging a large dried shrimp to their secret hiding spot.
Mm.
So is it the dragging? Is it the shrimp dragging sound or the actual crunch? Anyway, it's still noise that they're making with food, so
Yeah.
that's cool.
It does count. It does count.
I think it counts. Yeah, it's especially for ASMR.
Theropod hunter.
So Corridora, y'all getting me messed up. It's not Thanksgiving yet. So close though.
2 days.
So close.
It doesn't feel like it should be. November went really fast this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got to welcome Corridora and Theropod Hunter. I probably missed some other folks who popped in. I don't know how to say die Troy, you something. Oh, I'll just say die Troy. I'm going to go that far and say that. But so that was the history of Podsgiving. And we've always fed something on screen every year, have we not?
Mm-hmm.
We have.
I
We
think
had
so.
pie. We shared pie one year where I got to pass out pie. That was good.
Yeah. I
We
still
took
remember
advantage of special effects.
Yes.
that was so fun.
And it fooled everyone. I know it did.
My arms are really long. You can't tell, but they're really long.
You can reach across the country to several different states.
Right.
Oh, Theropod Hunter, sorry to hear that.
Oh,
That's rough.
Sorry.
That is rough. Sorry to hear that.
Oh.
But I'm glad you joined with the idea of some cheer. So hopefully we can bring you some.
All right, we'll try.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we will
Try.
try. Another person named Jen. I don't know enough people named Jen, but now I know one more. And
I know Jen. We know Jen.
John?
Yeah. We don't know her as another person named Jen, but we know Jen.
okay. These. I want to throw this out to the viewers. What species of isopod do you think this is?
Oh, yeah, you already stumped me. I was already wrong. I was way wrong.
Tyler says he can hear his isopods eating cabbage. That's a good idea.
that would make sense.
I have fed mine cabbage, but I haven't
Orange.
sat around to check it out yet.
Yeah. I'm thinking both.
Lego Doggo, well, thank you. And thank you for joining in.
I think they're all orange.
Bioscapist, hello. Okay, you're close.
Yeah,
Space
there.
Monkey's close, but not quite there.
Huh?
Corridor is also close, but not quite there. So as we're waiting for people to guess which type of isopod, I wanted to ask Wally and Nanette, can you tell us the big thing that's coming up? I know some people in the
Oh
audience,
my gosh.
not everybody knows. So can you
I'll keep it short because I could talk for 4 hours on this. But stop me. Just Russ, Kelly, just say stop talking, Wally. Please.
It doesn't work, but you can try.
Yeah, you could try. It's the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas. We're running into our 14th year of doing this.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. We have 112 donors this year, I think. And I hate saying numbers because it doesn't mean anything. It's the community building that's really important for us. But 112 donors, and I think we're at $33,000 in donated gifts. It's a free giveaway. Look up 12 SDOC on Google and you can find the page. I'm sure Frank can share. Did he?
He just said something about it.
Just a fun event. We have 12 lives during the event all through December. And it starts the day after Thanksgiving. And it's just a blast. Just to see, I tell you what, just to see somebody talking on social media, like on Facebook, and talking together and knowing that they wouldn't have met if we didn't do the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas. So thanks for that opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like Frank the Tank put it up there in the chat.
Thanks,
So
Frank.
everybody can copy and have that. So if you haven't, if you don't know, if you just learned about 12 Supreme Days of Christmas. Now you can learn more and you can participate. It'd be awesome.
Mhm.
Please, please,
And
please.
kids.
And kids. We
Santa's
have
coming.
Santa coming this year again, and that's going to be cool.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Yeah, and I love how you have the kids division. That's very
Yes.
cool.
Yes.
So some people are wondering about if they were lava. A couple people said that. Some people said Porcello was dairy cow, but the first person to get it correct was Isobuddies, who said, let me find it. And this is a typo. The O is a typo, but I'm sure because it's right next to the P. So it's P. Pruinosis orange cream. That's what we're looking at right here.
Good job.
Mhm.
So very nice. And some other people said it too, but later. So I have to give the credit to Isobuddies about that. They do look reminiscent to a lot of these others that other people posted as well. And the camera, to be fair, is not as clear as it might be. So I'm actually going to switch to another isopod, and we're going to get them started as well. Just a second.
Nice. These orange creams, though, are going to town
I'm
on
gonna have
that
to go buy a
pumpkin,
can
right?
of pumpkin now.
They're destroying it. It's really fun to watch.
We normally have fresh pumpkin from Halloween.
Oh, gosh, yes. So I was talking to somebody today that's involved with the Christmas giveaway, and he said, I said, thanks for joining last night. And he said, yeah, I was listening and cutting up pumpkins. And I said, well, you're a holiday behind, and I'm a holiday ahead. So we've got to get our coordinates right here.
You even out to Thanksgiving.
That's right.
There you go.
That's right. That's fair.
Suggest
They
a
are
nice
just
way to
eating it up.
bring.
Mhm.
Let's see. My niece really wants some isopods, but her mom doesn't like bugs and says no. Could you suggest a nice way to bring her around? Yeah, just put bugs on her till she realizes that they're fine. That's the best way.
Desensitization.
Yeah, a little like surprise desensitization, like no warning. Film it. Please film it.
That's almost exactly the opposite of the advice I would give, but I totally respect your right to give that advice.
This is why I don't have a channel anymore. This is why.
No, I love your advice. I think it's fascinating.
You could do what I did and just get them and not tell anyone. So I have access to a basement that my wife never goes to. So when I got into isopods, I just did it. And then I finally told her, I was like, I've got so many isopods. And she was like, what is that? And then we told her, they're just roly-polies. They're so cute. Come look. And I think I had 22 colonies at that time. And yeah, she wasn't happy at all.
Surprise.
She wasn't happy at all. So yeah.
You could do what Crystal did with her friends a couple of years ago when they went on a hike for the school, and all the kids were, oh, bugs, I don't like bugs. And she lifted up a log and she rolled the roly-poly into her hand, and all the kids gathered around and said, yo, that's not as icky as I thought it was going. And she just held it and let it walk on her hand. And maybe
She was a girl with a bunch of guys around her.
Well, yeah.
You know,
yeah,
they're all like,
they were watching her playing with her isopods.
Yeah, right.
So maybe go on a hike and just enjoy nature with her, and pick up some isopods and play with them, and just let her know that they're okay. They're not weird.
That's a good idea.
I love that. I love that idea. I think that's a great way to do it.
That is a good way.
If you have sort of an organic situation like that, where you can meet something that really tones down the stress and the anxiety that can be associated with it, partly because a lot of that stress and anxiety is anticipation.
Yes.
And people talk themselves into being stressed about it. And if they don't have time to do it because it's just a surprise thing, that's a really good way to do it a lot of the time.
Maybe not surprised to the effect that they wake up with 20 centipedes crawling up their
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I know Josh is a particular fan of centipedes.
No.
About as much as you are.
That's
Nor am
my
I.
veto. That's my biggest no animal is a centipede.
Is a centipede?
Yeah.
So
I kind of like the house ones. We have them in this basement specifically. I have a bunch that I found. The hairy-legged ones.
yeah, the really fast ones. Do you have the really fast?
Yeah, I kind of like them, but like not on purpose yet. I haven't decided to try to like catch any. But yeah, I'm okay with them being down here because I know they're eating pest insects.
Yes, they are doing
So
that. Centipedes. So Wally, you're not a fan either?
No.
I am a huge non-fan of centipedes. And if you want me to tell a quick story,
Yeah.
Yeah.
centipedes, this is
embarrassing.
nuts. So when we first got married, after a few years, we were in a small house. We bought a house, and fun times and everything. Well, one Saturday afternoon, I was getting ready for a shower, got into the bathroom, and before I hit the water, I saw on the
Well, you
tub.
have no contacts in.
I have no contacts in. I'm as blind as a bat without contacts.
No.
And on the bottom of the tub was this big piece of lint, really huge piece of lint. I thought, what the heck, a piece of lint? So I picked it up, and as I'm raising it up just to check, I don't know why I would check to see if it was a piece of lint, but it started squirming in my hand. So now I've got it up to my face, and now I see that it's and the fangs on these things, and I dropped it and ran around screaming like a little girl, and realized that our front window doesn't have curtains,
And your 18-month-old son was just like looking at you like, what is going on? It was not a good scene.
no. So
And
when
then
I
you
tell
didn't
that
take
story,
a shower. You went and got dressed, and you wouldn't even
no.
go back in the bathroom.
7 years it took me to get back and take showers. So saying that story, I can feel right now in my arm is it's bad.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine grabbing one on accident and just like free palming it.
No.
Even the little hairy ones that you get in the hairy leg. What are they? They're just called house centipedes, right? Are they? Is there a name?
The house centipedes are from the genus Scutigera.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there are giant house centipedes in some areas that get really pretty large, but not as big as like a Galapagos scolopendra or anything, but fairly large. But I am glad that centipede didn't decide to use its toxicognaths and sink them into your flesh and make you even feel a little bit less comfortable about them.
We were both as surprised at each other. And when you say the small one, this one was about 3 inches past one side of the hand and 3 inches, so it was just kind of
hanging off there.
And did I mention the fangs?
Not that big.
It was that big.
They do have some formidable fangs, and just in case those viewers, I want to see if any of the viewers know what the name for those fangs are. There are a couple of different, because they are actually modified legs.
Yep, it's a hug. They're giving you a hug, Wally. That's all he's trying to do.
They're
And
modified.
I want to keep talking about centipedes and fangs and everything because it's almost my bedtime and I don't want to tonight. So thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Okay, the name is toxicognaths. Somebody just said it. But I wanted to now shift so that everybody can be more comfortable because I'm the only centipede fan here in the stream. And Space Monkey has a question. I think anybody who wants to chime in on this question, please do. But I know, Josh, you had a solution that I really liked. And Wally, maybe you have one too. Maybe any of you who have a solution, maybe you can chime in about the duckies. Just Space Monkey says, just got 10 duckies, but they hardly show up. Any advice?
You've got to just wait till you have a ton more. You've got to wait till they breed, and then you'll start to see them. But other than that, I had to set up specifically for rubber duckies so that I could see them. It's kind of difficult to explain and describe, but it's a jar within a jar. So I took a jar, and then I put a smaller jar in that jar, and then I put the substrate around, and so it wasn't a ring. And then when I had the 10 duckies, I could see them, or 10 burrowing. I did Gastroy in there, the burrowing species, so you could see them more readily. But that only lasted until they bred enough that I had to get them out of there. It's a small surface area situation, so you really have to kind of keep an eye on that.
Right. But I love that idea for a small group of them, or make a giant version of that so that you can see them. Okay.
Yeah, that would work too.
And because they are really. I had somebody contact us. They contacted Kelly actually, but they said, our daughter watches your videos and wants to keep isopods. She wants to breed panda kings to save up for rubber duckies.
Perfect.
Okay.
and which I think is awesome that she's, getting that enterprising mind, but she's probably going to see her Panda Kings a lot more than she sees her duckies.
Yes.
Definitely see the Panda Kings a lot more.
Yep.
Yeah. So the duckies are undeniably cute, but that's just a thing.
Yep.
I have a suggestion, if I may. And
Yeah,
I think, from years past, you probably know my feelings on rubber duckies. I would say trade them in for 100 Porcelio Scaver yellow dots.
You'll see those. You'll see those.
You'll see those all the time.
Yep.
Yeah. The Porcelio, it's Porcelio ornatus. I guess, did they change it to pseudo ornatus? Anyway, it's something. But the yellow dots are awesome. They're so fun. They're so active and big and robust.
Yes.
What's not to like? They are fun. Let's see. Varian Brown. Oh, brought isopods to the exotic animal rescue, and the kids loved them. That's awesome.
Excellent.
That's always cool. They're such a good little intro animal because they're so harmless. I feel like they're an easy one to convince a non-bug person that they're okay.
Yeah.
Because they're so just unassuming and completely harmless. Even if they escaped, what are they going to do? Dry out in the corner? Like, they're not going to do any damage to anything. Yeah.
Except dwarf whites. Dwarf whites will establish a colony on a paper plate.
Yeah, they're
true.
kind of magical that way. Yep, that is true.
Rubber duckies cost a ton. Yeah, I was just going to comment on that. I was trying to click it, actually. I remember doing my own show. I'm trying to click this comment to highlight it.
Are those? Oh,
they
go
don't
ahead.
cost as much as they did. They're like half of what they used to be. So enjoy the price they are now.
Yeah, sometimes you can even find them on deals that are even better. Like $10 a pop is not too uncommon, but sometimes you'll get them for cheaper than that nowadays. And
they
I
break
like
faster. I feel like they would be cheaper now.
And and they may well be. And I like this. What Corridora says: isopods are way better beginner pets than fish, which are usually advertised as such. Yeah, many times that's true. It can be a lot easier to keep isopods. I think there are a lot of creatures. I love fish. I have fish.
Yep.
I have lots of fish tanks in my house right now. But if somebody wants a first pet, that's not going to be in my top 5 suggestions. But if somebody wants fish as a first pet, it can certainly be done. I'm not saying it can't, but let's see. So, Bioscapist. Both times about ivory millipedes that both died shortly after laying eggs. Wonder what the tricks with keeping ivories alive longer than a year or so. Were they captive bred ivories? That often has a lot to do with it. They're already adapted to captivity. They usually do a lot better. So if those eggs ended up hatching, those might end up doing a lot better.
Yep.
Any other insight on that, anybody?
I think that's a great point. In working with geckos, anytime you get something from somebody and they're collected from the wild, you don't know how old they are. You just don't. So, in our case, we try to breed them as quick as we can through a quarantine process, and then get them healthy and ready, and then breed as quick as we can so that we can carry that on, because you just don't know. You don't know how long you have with them.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. Yeah, it applies to so many creatures.
Yes.
That's so crazy. That's a tough question because you don't know what they're being kept like. You don't know the setup. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Substrate.
Yeah, substrate is always an important thing, because if there's one word that's important for millipedes, that's the word. Like, what is the substrate?
Most underrated starter pod. I think. Do we know my answer? Do you guys remember my answer?
Let's see.
Is it the oh my gosh.
It was a freebie sent to me by Wally Kern.
Is it yellow zebras?
No. What is with yellow zebras?
Is it Paracai? Armadillidium Paracai?
It is Paracai. Yes.
Cool.
It is.
Yeah,
I think they're the
awesome.
best.
Is that
I think they're the best.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Super easy, nice and big, really interesting tones to them. They can live at really high densities and stay happy.
They're very active. They're just really good. They have a cool texture to them. They're like bumpy. They're really cool. Really
almost
Yeah.
translucent-ish, kind of a
Super
sheen,
cheap.
a silvery sheen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're that's a great one. That is a great submission there. And Nanette and Wally, what do you think? What's another one?
What would you say? Good starter, underrated.
Gastroy.
Gastroy. Oh, I think
Yeah.
that's probably one of Russ's as well.
Yep.
Because they're always out. They're always moving
Always out,
around,
always
and they
active.
breed quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And they're big. There's some
They're
big,
big.
boys.
They're visible.
I'm going to throw mine out. And I did a video on this, and I thought I always spend way too much time researching and looking at other videos, and I'll watch Russ's and try to steal all of his ideas. But years ago, I tried to come up with what's the best underrated beginner isopod. And I finally, after writing down notes in 20 and pluses and minuses, I finally went, the best one is something that you don't have to spend a lot of money on because you're just starting off and you're learning and you might have mistakes and you want something that isn't going to cost you a lot to if you happen to lose a few. It's wild isopods. Go out to your backyard and pull up a log and pull some of the isopods and throw them in a bin and start doing a little bit of research. You can't go wrong. And you never know what you're going to get for colors and different looks. And it's a great way to begin the hobby.
Yeah, I love that too.
That's how I started.
Yeah, that is a great, and that's how I started too. And that's a great answer.
You didn't start that way. You just started buying them everywhere.
I bought rubber duckies. I bought 100 rubber duckies.
Oh,
I said,
you
let's
did not.
go, baby.
100 rubber duckies back in the day.
What's that?
No.
100 rubber duckies back in the day. Did you sell your car?
Yeah, exactly.
I think the
so
true first.
expensive.
Yeah, I think the true first isopod I ever started with was dwarf white, simply for bioactive.
Okay.
Yeah,
Dairy cows.
dairy cows. Good.
Milkbacks are pretty quick
Milk
too,
bags,
and they're big.
yeah.
Oh, I do love
They're
milk
cheap.
bags as well. Yeah, those are great options as well. I think I'm going to throw out a couple that people don't think about maybe as first isopods, but they could, because I agree with all of your answers. They're great. But Armadillidium espanuli.
I don't even know what that is.
Neither do I.
They are a small armadillidium, but they have really unique patterns. They usually they're called, the whole name they use is usually Armadillidium espanuli marbleized.
Okay. Maybe I don't know what that is.
They look really cool. They're easy to keep, and they just have a unique look to them. And they're kind of bulletproof. They do their thing. So I like that one. And as far as Cubaris, when someone wants to get started with Cubaris, I'm going to throw out any color variant of Panda Kings.
Yep.
Go with that. It's really hard to go wrong. Cubaris Marina is a good one too, a good solid choice. But Cubaris Panda Kings, they get to a nice size. They breed really easily. There's some really attractive morphs like the red pandas or the citrus or whatever. Just the wild types look amazing, and they're basically bulletproof too.
No, I know what they are.
So
I'm going to throw another one out there. Versicolors. Versicolors are pretty cool, and it reminded me of what you're talking about, Russ. They're small, they're bulletproof, lots of different variants and colors, and just a fun little gecko, fun little isopod.
they're really pretty. They got some really nice color variation. Yeah, that's a good option too. I like that.
How
about this? JH is wondering, an isopod that does not breed prolifically. I never know what to do with them because I get so many.
That would be a rubber ducky.
Maybe rubber ducky. Yeah.
Nice point. I love your point. Well
And
done.
you won't see them anyway. So you won't know how many you have. It's perfect.
Yeah. You can never have too many rubber duckies, and you never get too many rubber duckies. So
No.
that's a great point. I don't know if we can answer that any better, but does anybody have any other input on that one?
What else is sore?
Spanish giants. I maybe stay away from some of the more rare, harder ones, but maybe, and you can consider it a Spanish giant or not, but maybe Hoffman's Segai. I don't know. They're big, they're fun, they're active, they have cool behaviors, and they don't breed like Punta Canas or Gastroys or something like that.
Yeah, that's a very good point. They'll breed, but you will get a few broods a year instead of 400 broods a year, and find that your socks are full of them one day. Yeah. So that's a good point. I like that.
We're not selling the isopods to that other lady now that you're talking about them being in their socks. Hilaria. That's funny, Frank. I was going to say Hilaria brevicornis.
Oh, that one is fairly slow breeder, I guess, too. But I've
Those
never kept
you'll
it.
never see.
Yeah, they're always burrowing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never kept them. They're a big one. They're like one of the biggest conglobating isopods in the hobby, but
Yep.
they're kind of like millipedes in their habits. They're very fossorial and pretty dependent upon the same kinds of foods like rotting wood and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Got to keep that substrate nice and stirred up.
Yeah.
What
Any
else
tips
we
for
got here?
jumping spider handling?
Oh,
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't.
So,
keep them in your bathtub.
Don't.
so Wally and Nanette, what is your status with jumping spiders? Like, is that a nope?
Did you just see both of us back up away from the camera when we started talking about spiders?
Spiders are not a big thing. No, spiders are not a big fan of them. Molly is not a fan of spiders.
I
at all.
respect spiders.
Yes.
I respect them very much. I love going to reptile shows and seeing tarantulas and spiders. I've held a tarantula a couple of times, but other than that, I would never, ever, ever hold a small spider. Other than the little teeny tiny jumping spiders, those are super cool.
And yeah, the little jumping spiders. When you say little, do you mean like the really small ones, like not much bigger than a fruit fly kind of thing, or
pinky nail? Pinky. I have a rule: pinky nail size. If it's bigger than my pinky nail, it's a hard no.
It's a little too big. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Well, I have found that when I handle jumping spiders, when I'm getting them used to me, that it's if you can, it's best to let the spider meet you on its own terms, because they don't like to many species. It depends on the species. Some jumping spiders like Phidippus regius, which is one of the most common, usually has a kind of an avoidance reaction when it touches human flesh. It's like nervous, and it will grow out of that.
It backs up from the camera too.
Yeah, it'll get out of that if it has a chance to touch you several times and realize nothing bad happens, because they're super smart. It'll realize it, but it takes some time. So the more you can handle it on its own terms and let it jump off when it wants to jump off, it will pretty soon learn that jumping onto you is cool and you can play. And so it takes some time, but think of it as a relationship you're building, because that's very much what it is with a jumping spider, more than with a lot of other invertebrates, I would say.
I like to play stairs.
Yeah, they will jump from finger to finger and hand to hand once they get used to it. They seem to enjoy that. Okay, I love the questions we're getting today.
Yes,
A lot of jumping spider questions. It's a weird one.
So here's one about changing the substrate for an isopod colony with monkai to get rid of grain mites. So monkai, in case I know all of those in the stream with me know this, but maybe some of our viewers at home don't know, monkai refers to very, very young isopods. So you have these really tiny isopods, and you need to get rid of grain mites. And how would you change the substrate in that situation? So anybody want to chime in on that?
Go ahead, Josh. Go ahead.
I never really did that, so I kind of let the grain mites go about their business. Basically, they die out. They eventually kind of die off. So, I never really had the outbreaks that people talk about having, the crazy outbreaks with them. Thankfully, I've heard that it can be a real hard choice, because you've got to kind of decide to get rid of some of the manka with the grain mice, because you're not going to get them all.
I'm I don't know, frugal in the fact that I don't like to throw them out, and I understand the point exactly. And Josh, I understand your point exactly too, because how much is your time worth finding them individually? Here's what we do. We set up a new colony. We'll move half the dirt over. Once that's all established, we'll pick up the cork bark. We'll move as many of the adults as we possibly can. Then what I do is, and so now I have two cultures. The old culture I'll put on a shelf, but I'll put a piece of potato, or better, a piece of zucchini, a real thinly sliced piece of zucchini, and put that down right on the substrate, flat on the substrate. And then, I'm kind of religious about this, once or twice or three or 400 times a day, I'll go and pick that zucchini up and brush off the isopods into the new bin. That seems to work. And after a while, you're just not going to get any, in probably a week or so, you're just not going to get any. So at that point, I throw out the old substrate or use it in a, bioactive enclosure.
But that's if you don't have grain mites in it.
Oh,
That was the question with
that
grain mites.
Oh, yeah, burn it. It's Wisconsin. Put it outside.
Yeah,
That answer changed quick.
it'll
Burn
freeze.
it.
Burn it with fire.
I've never, well, not never, but for years and years and years, I haven't had to deal with grain mites because I ended up getting some of the soil mites that eat the grain mites, the predatory mites, and they don't really bug springtails to any great degree. They just go after the grain mites. So if I ever have grain mites, they disappear on their own very quickly. So kind of like what you were saying, Josh, in my situation, I don't, not everybody's going to have that situation, but the predatory mites take care of it.
Sorry, I missed that about the grain mites, but I tell you what, go back to the beginning on something like that and try to add ventilation and try to minimize the moisture in your enclosure. I know that sounds kind of counterproductive with the isopods, but grain mites are all about moisture and stagnant air. So try to fix those problems first, and then go back through your other enclosures and make sure you have the same thing, preventative measures in place.
Yeah, that is a good idea too. So I have a question for you.
Yes.
No. So what are some things about keeping isopods that, you don't take care of the isopods directly typically, but you are in a house where isopods are cared for. What are some things about isopods that, about keeping them, like side effects that you didn't anticipate and you're not necessarily a fan of?
Oh, side effects of keeping isopods.
Yeah.
Over the years, just things that have happened.
Yeah, over the years, things that have
I
happened.
hate fungus gnats. I hate
That's
them.
true.
When you set up a new culture and there's nothing really to outcompete them yet, and it takes a little while. And Russ has definitely taken some steps to mitigate those over the years, but it used to be more of a problem, and I hated those. What else about isopods? What else were negative side effects about isopods?
There aren't that many.
There aren't that many. Yeah, I mean, there are other things that
Yeah,
I
but
didn't like, but I think that was probably the main
Just-
one for actual just isopod enclosures.
yeah, the fungus gnats were super annoying at first, and now they're not that much of a problem. We've taken care of a lot of things that help.
Various different methods.
Yeah, but it does help. And I love this. What
Or forward flies are awful too, Frank.
forward flies
Yes.
are way worse.
I mean, in my mind, they're all just little black dots that are flying in my face. I don't care what kind they are. I don't like any of them. So forward flies,
Yeah.
fruit flies, the other one that I said that the name just
fungus gnats.
they're all the same to me at a certain level. I don't like any of them.
Yeah.
So,
I treat them the same as well.
And
Yeah.
not everybody will be able to even understand the difference between them, and when they look at them, and that's
when it's just like flying right in your face, it's hard to get a look at it anyways. So
yeah.
They seem to know when you're breathing in and head right for your nostril too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
hate
they're like,
it.
they
"Oh, look."
really do. They're like attracted to the warmth of your face or something, and it's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if some, like mosquitoes, one of the ways they track people is by the stream of heavier concentration of CO2 coming as you exhale. That's one of the things they use. I sometimes wonder if fungus gnats do the same
doing
thing.
the same thing.
I have no direct evidence that they do, but I wonder about it.
That would be a weird. Like, why would they do that? That'd be a weird.
It may be something relating to finding decaying areas to lay their eggs,
Okay,
but I'm just spitballing here. So
acceptable.
I noticed that a lot when I wasn't taking those showers. After about 4 or 5 years, I had a lot of fungus gnats flying around me.
It's okay. I bet it took that centipede 7 years to get into a bathroom too.
He was minding his own business.
So, one thing that I love that Isobuddies mentions here, talking about the word mankai, and manka is the singular, mankai with an E at the end is the plural. And those of you who are guests, you know this already, but some people in the chat may not know this. The word manca comes from Latin word meaning missing or incomplete, like Isobuddies says, because they're born with 6 pairs of legs and then they molt and then they have their 7th pair. So the term manca is only correctly applied to isopods that are born before they do their first molt, which in many cases happens very, very shortly after they are born. So when you have juvenile isopods that have gone through 1 or more molts, they're not correctly referred to as mancae. Does happen in the hobby. People do it all the time. I don't punch anybody in the face for doing it, but that's the technicality behind the term. No,
linguistically, no.
I'm trying to imagine Russ punching somebody in the face. Like, what would cause Russ Wilson to punch someone in the face? Like, I can't imagine it.
It's very rare. It's very rare.
It's been a good long time.
It has, and it was warranted when it happened.
Oh my!
So I don't know if we should talk about it on the stream, but
this sounds like another show. This sounds like a great introduction. Russ punches somebody in the face.
You didn't punch people very often. It was
Now it's
very often.
Now it's multiple times.
Well, no, you had enough training that you could just stop them doing from whatever they were trying to do to you. So
I learned how to
without a lawyer
subdue someone without doing that. So I don't do it anymore. I haven't done it for many years. So
that's good.
Yeah.
I have a newfound respect for Russ, and I'll treat him differently from this point forward.
Yes, you will.
It's a different kind of respect. It's like when you heard those rumors that Mr. Rogers used to be a sniper. Anybody else remember those? Did anybody else remember falling for that, or no? Was it just me?
Nope.
There was a whole thing that he had a USMC tattoo, and he used to be a sniper. That was his whole story.
And I've heard that he was a Navy SEAL and various things.
Yeah.
Wow.
Totally untrue.
All the Facebook rumors.
Yep. This was this was early Facebook.
Oh, come on. That's all true stuff.
No, it's got to be true if it's online.
It's on Facebook. It must be true, right?
Yes.
I hope so.
Especially if it's in a Facebook group, then it's really true.
Yeah.
They
those
let
are good sources.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
where did it go? Somebody said woke up and chose violence.
No, I'm pretty good about controlling myself now. That was a very long time ago. But one thing I wanted to point out was you can't really see it in the stream, which is sad because when you use StreamYard, the camera doesn't focus very well. But these particular zebras are some I got from an isopod breeder. I think they quit doing it now, but called isopods. And these particular zebras, you know how many zebras you'll get, and you look at the zebras and 20-30% of them are actually spotted.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something like that.
Yeah, it's broken up. Yeah.
These are almost flawlessly striped.
Ooh, nice.
Oh.
This strain breeds true as almost flawlessly striped. Like 98% of them are flawlessly striped. Really nice looking zebras. And I'm so excited to have them. So
what do you want, dude?
I want to make sure lots of people have them. I'm still breeding them a lot, but I just got some out to Invertebrate Dude recently, and we did a trade. But if anybody, is interested in getting some, just talk to me and we'll work something out, because I want to make sure that these stay in the hobby.
Yeah, that's worth it, because they are jacked up. You see them at the shows, and they're all spotted up, or their stripes are broken up into, I don't know, looks like Morse code or something.
Yeah, and not that those don't have their own charm, they do. But if you want really nicely striped zebras, then they can be hard to find.
They're very hard to find, and I agree completely with Josh. And I think that some factions in the hobby kind of go that route where they're trying to make blonde zebras and all kinds of different colors and shapes. Yellow zebra, and I like the yellow zebras, but the striping is hard to see when it's all broken up and like you were saying, Morse code-ish.
Yeah. And many times I've noticed, specifically with the yellow zebra strain, you get really spotty ones. And I've been working on them for a few years to try to get them yellow zebras that are also stripy. and I have some, but I'm still working on it. It takes a long time. So you need to do it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need green zebras. Okay.
You know what I want? Blue zebras or blue isopods at all that don't have rotavirus.
That look like
Because
Yeah, that is good.
rotavirus is not cool, but yeah, it would be really nice to have some just blue, like we have neocaridina shrimp that are just a brilliant blue, right? How would it be to have isopods that are like that and are also healthy?
Yes.
That's a weird combo. I think a good use of food dye could work with like a clearish kind of an isopod.
I think Chetra makes some of the color enhancing for isopods. You can buy, different colors that you want.
Tetramin.
Yeah.
So when will I start shipping again? I'm going to ship a little bit in the early December, but then I do a break for the holidays again because it's not particularly safe. So my full shipping, I usually wait until I'll do some express shipping in January and if the weather's not bad, but then I usually wait until after mid-January, and it does depend on the weather. But
Yeah.
it's because, you don't want to get stuck. I learned my lesson early that don't ship the week of Thanksgiving usually is pretty bad, and anywhere too close to Christmas can be problematic too. So
Shut it down. Yep.
yeah.
Shut it down.
Oh, I love this. Blue pods, please. Can you ask Santa?
That sounds like a song. All I want for Christmas.
Yeah.
I told my daughter, I told my nephews when they were little that I worked for Santa Claus, and because I had a suit and the whole deal, but I didn't wear the beard, so I would just show up at their house with a bag of presents. I like before Christmas. So my job was I worked for Santa. I moonlighted for Santa and helped him reload the sleigh. Like there was a distribution center basically near their house.
nice.
And
Very
so they told my daughter, and so she tells everybody. So I have to keep making up stories because now I can't do it because she knows I'm home, right? She knows when I'm not at home. So
Right.
now I have to, when you have kids, you can't work for Santa anymore. That's the rule. So because you're compromised now, you have like, you have kids now, you can't. So because your kid makes the bad list or something, you can't, you'd be motivated to put them back on the good list. So now she told her friend last night she had her first sleepover and we have our Christmas tree up and she was talking about Christmas and she tells her friend that Santa Claus fired me. And I laughed so hard. I've been fired for some jobs before, but not by Santa Claus. I will say.
That's the ultimate.
I think you posted something on Facebook really bad about Santa one day, and you used a different name, but he knew.
He knew.
Yeah.
It was rough.
That's awesome.
Love it. How old is she now, Josh?
She's 7, so she's right on the cusp of not believing anymore. But nobody's spoiled it for her at school yet, apparently. I don't know if kids are holding on to it longer. I assumed it would have been.
They hold on to it a lot longer.
And don't say anything until we know there's no kids here.
It was a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're a kid, say something in the chat now so we know we can talk about Santa Claus more.
Sorry, Pounces softly that it's lagging. Is it lagging for anybody else, or is it just Pounces
good.
softly
That's
situation?
fine on our
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
We're
Russ,
good.
He's on his iPod.
somebody
maybe
was
that's why.
asking about pill millipedes
Yeah.
and who might have them. I don't know if you guys have sources. I've got a couple. I think one was already mentioned.
Okay. Yeah. If you want to mention your sources, that would be fine.
Yeah, if you don't mind. I think ISO Rare, Kimberly Miller has pill millipedes, and check Green Acre Exotics and Steph Reisberg as well. Green Acre Exotics.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you.
Sure.
It seems like there's not. Pill millipedes have been a thing where you have a few people talking about breeding them, a few people who do breed them for quite a while, but they certainly haven't spread the way isopods have. And I'm assuming there are several reasons for that, but I would expect that more exacting requirements would be part of that.
Yeah. there's a trick to it, I guess.
Yeah, the research that I have done, it seems like they are just a little trickier than isopods, but certainly fascinating creatures.
Just like the spiky isopods, another kind of weirdo out there that has very, very specific requirements.
Mhm.
Right. Where some of them seem to need, like, is it Easy Eddie who does the thing with he has the nebulizer fog machines with them?
Yeah.
So the air humidity is high, but the substrate humidity isn't as high, and there a lot of them are kind of semi-arboreal to arboreal and stuff like that. Very interesting stuff.
Yeah. It's cool that the hobby has kind of taken that next step into trying to understand these a little bit. We're and it's just like anything else, tropical fish, geckos, where we try to get them in, we try to do, try this, try that from our past knowledge, experience. We talk to each other, and then somebody hits on something, and all of a sudden, the information is disseminated, and then it's like everybody can kind of take that and run with it. And I think that that's super cool.
Yeah, I love it. Any kind of dissemination of information without gatekeeping.
Yes.
Totally a fan. I love that. And there are a lot of people who are willing to share, and I love that about the hobby.
Yeah. It's good. And then the gatekeepers kind of bother me because it's never been that way. Like, the hobby's not been that way. But I kind of get, like, you don't want everybody can breed them, then that kind of puts you out of business. But
what it does is it takes the I guess onus off of trying to get them in from the wild, and a little bit of less strain that way too.
Yeah, and it builds a community of people who are willing to share and one thing that some people I think forget is that you can learn a lot if you've been in a whatever hobby. I don't care what hobby it is. You can be in a hobby for 30 years and talk to someone who's been in the hobby for 6 months and learn something valuable about the hobby from that person.
Yeah, that's true. You got to be open to that information.
Yeah. And
so that's good.
And so the more sharing we can do, the better it is for everybody ultimately. And it might not line everybody's pockets quite as thickly, but that's okay. That's not what this is really about, or should be about. It's okay to make some money doing it, obviously, but it should be about love of the hobby.
Exactly.
Love of the bugs.
Yep.
Russ said sharing, and you're not sharing the apple pie.
I have it because I don't like pie.
There you go.
And I know I feel bad because Russ, your stove isn't working. You don't have any pie. Can you just grab a spoon to make me feel better and just start eating some of the pumpkin out of the can?
Sure. If it makes me feel any better, I bought the pie. I didn't make it.
I bought the pie too.
He's going to do that.
No.
So he's going to go eat some pumpkin.
What's that, Josh?
He's going to go eat some pumpkin, some canned pumpkin. That sounds awful.
It does sound awful.
It's going to keep you regular, though.
Okay.
Regularly going to the bathroom?
Yeah.
I've got the pumpkin. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Okay.
Next, he's going to say, "I'm eating it. Can you hear me eating it?"
I'm going to go ahead. There you go.
Oh, no.
Stuff in a little ramekin here.
No.
And this is just because I'm honoring Josh because Josh will taste weird stuff on his show.
He did.
His show.
I have eaten weird stuff on my channel.
And I never really do.
I do it with my daughter now.
Yeah.
We do, like, we'll go to a candy store or some random funky snack shop and we'll try something weird.
I love it.
That's our thing.
And that was always a fun thing about your show, and I love it. So I'm going to I'm honoring you by doing this. Here we go. And I'm honoring Wally because you requested it.
Oh, my.
It's just canned pumpkin. It's just going to be blah.
It probably doesn't taste like much.
Should I do like our oldest son when he tastes something really bad? He just goes.
Yeah.
He does the Jim Carrey Dumb and Dumber gag very, very well, and it's honest.
Oh, that's true.
Well, this tastes kind
Blah.
of like baby food or something.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
doesn't-
That's what's going to be my assumption.
Yeah, it doesn't have a whole lot of
baby
anything
food.
to it yet.
There's a little bit of a tang to it, kind of an acerbic sort of fibrousness. with just a hint of a robot's bathwater.
Oh, that sounds
What?
delish.
Into a robot's bathwater.
That's actually that last part. The hint of a robot's bathwater is from Parks and Rec.
Okay.
So that's where that came from. But the rest of it, I was just actually explaining what I was tasting. Yeah, it's not very good.
Yeah, do not recommend canned pumpkin as a whole. Just as a snack.
No.
It's good fiber though.
I'm glad the isopods like it, and like I said, plenty of carotenoids, plenty of
That's
fiber.
right.
And the yellow zebras apparently, at least some of the strains, tend to lose their yellow unless you boost their carotenoid intake, and then they tend to keep it. Which is interesting.
I hate that species anyway. That's fine.
The whole species, or just the yellow one?
Just the yellow. And I just hate it because they missed that opportunity to name it, give it a better name.
Like Yellow Jacket or something?
Like Bumblebee.
Bumblebee.
It's right there.
Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Bumblebee. Like it's a yellow and black striped animal that already exists. There's no such thing as a yellow zebra. Whoever, if you're watching this and you named yellow zebras, if you bred them and came up with them.
Josh, can you give us a phi on them? Curse them and hit your hand.
Phi on you, yes.
Phi on you.
Just know that I don't like you. If you're that person. And you're watching this. My opinion doesn't mean a whole lot, but still.
No, you're right. It was a missed name opportunity. It should have been something more interesting, like Bumblebee, Yellow Jacket, something along those lines, to make it.
We already changed. We changed Red Panda. It was Orange Panda, which bothered me just as much as the Yellow Zebra. But then right away, somebody changed it to Red Panda. I think they caught my podcast, and we're like, "That is smart. That is smart." Because I was mad immediately. Because I like orange, but I didn't buy them under Orange Pandas. I waited until they were called Red Pandas.
Red Pandas is such a better name. And Red Panda, the mammal, is actually more orange anyway, so it kind of works.
It works. It works.
Really
Perfect.
It's a much better name. I agree.
Bumblebee tuna. Delicious. Yeah, I could talk about naming. I could talk about naming common names all day.
Nope. No. What other common names are kind of grind your gears?
Those are the ones that are just stupid. There's lemon drop, or what was the ones? Is it lemon blue?
Lemon blue, I think.
Lemon blue bothered me. I don't know what I would have changed it to though. I don't have an alternative. It just bothered me, and it bothered me that lemon blues and Jupiters are essentially the same thing. Is there a difference?
Is there a difference between lemon blue and Jupiter?
Yeah. Is there a difference?
I believe there is, but I haven't worked with either.
No.
Yeah.
I think there is too.
If anybody knows, let me know, because they look exactly the same. Like in person and online, they look exactly the same to me.
Yeah, I haven't had any personal experience with them, so I don't think I've even seen them in person ever.
Yeah. Isopods.com. He had them at the show, both of them, and I got to see them side by side. And I was like, I could switch labels on these. No one would ever know.
And you did? No.
No, I didn't. I wasn't up to any mischief at that booth.
Next time you're there, let's do that. I'll distract him, and you can switch all the labels. Bring your own label maker.
That'll be great. Why are these bra guys $65 for 6?
Why are these rubber duckies $1 a piece?
Yeah, I think you noticed that pretty quick. What do we got here? They're not pandas, are they? They are pandas.
So are we talking about pandas the mammals or pandas the not mammals?
I think we're talking about the mammals.
Okay. So the interesting thing about the term panda is the name panda means bamboo eater in I don't remember which language, and that what we call red pandas now were the original panda. They originally had the name, and then the giant panda, the black and white, was named secondarily, and they're not very closely related at all. They share a name because they both eat bamboo, not because they're closely related. So interesting.
All right, I was wrong.
Oh, Yotaro just said the same thing.
Yep. Perfect timing.
That's right. Yep, Yotaro beat me to it. I just hadn't seen it before. But I'll give you credit, Yotaro, because I'm sure you said it before I did. I just hadn't looked at the chat.
Great minds, Russ. Great minds.
Oh, so we're getting close to the end, but I want to put this up here. How many of you have worked with other, I guess they're Ardentiella now, but like ember bees? Wally and Nanette, have you kept ember bees?
No, not yet.
We haven't. Just as our, I'll just say this just really briefly.
Mm-hmm.
Once I swallow my apple pie, we about the time that our isopods really took off, we were around 125 species or enclosures, containers. The geckos started taking off. So I didn't abandon them, but we just put a halt on anything new coming in, and we actually kind of backed up a little bit and dropped our collection down to about 50 or so. And at that time, Nanette took over the isopods, and we just didn't move forward. Inherited, yeah. So that's kind of where we stand with moving forward with some of those.
I haven't added in some of the new ones yet.
No. Super cool though.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
That had those that showed.
That was the last new species I ever got. Was the ember bees.
Did you get them?
I did have them for a little while, and they did really well, actually. So really cool, surface active, climbing. I recommend. If you're going to get them and you want to see a pretty isopod. Color-wise, you don't get much better than that.
Josh, how did you, if you don't mind, how did you keep them? Because they have certain requirements, right?
They do. I kept them. Basically, I kept the soil. The substrate was basically totally moist, and then, like you would keep like armadillidium, like that kind of. But there was no gradient when I kept them. So, but I kept them a little bit more arboreal. So they had their cork bark was up, so they could stand up, so they could get out of the wet if they wanted to. And they seemed to spend a lot of time high up. So unless they were molting or something, then they would be down towards the bottom. But they liked it. I don't know. They liked it a little moist in my experience.
So you said that you kept the substrate moist. It's more like the whole enclosure was a hydration station.
Basically, that's how I kept it. Yeah. And
so
then a good leaf litter, a good layer of leaf litter, and then the cork bark and different wood. I had, the super popular mossy sticks, branches, piece of wood, all of that kind of standing up against each other, kind of teepee style. So, and they like that a lot.
So the moisture gradient was more vertical rather than horizontal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I got him from Easy Eddie. I don't know that he recommended that. He recommended that they have some kind of vertical space, which was really good. I think they really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Interesting.
So
we did not go ahead, Russ. I'm sorry.
It's Theropod Hunter had an interesting bit of information about the difference between lemon blue and Jupiters. About how lemon blue have both colors separate, and Jupiters the colors merge into each other in a gradient. Interesting.
Oh.
Well, now I like lemon blues more. Okay.
I'm going to start calling them lemon yellows.
Lemon yellows?
Yeah.
They're not really blue. They're purple. That's the thing, too. They're not.
That's
really
why I'm going to
blue.
call them lemon yellows.
Yeah, there you go.
Good for you, in your honor.
Smart. What if it gets changed? That would be really funny if it changed the name. They've been around for years. Zerman, they do eat the moss. Not like crazy, but they do graze on the moss.
They do munch on it.
Could you imagine if somebody took the time to go out to the collection areas and just put up a trail camera and film these animals in the wild so that we could kind of see the process? Would that not be the coolest thing in the world?
That would be amazing.
That would be cool.
Right?
I would love that.
If we could find a way to monetize those people to do that, because that's what gets them to catch them is the money, right? They want to sell them. So if we could find a way to monetize that, there's speculation that some of those populations might already be decimated because of the hobby,
or even eliminated.
Yeah.
Well, one we are just about at the end. It went fast. But
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that I had a chance to thank all of you for joining, and Kelly too. She had to go, but
Yep.
she's, I appreciate her being here as well. But thank you, Josh. Thank you, Nanette. Thank you, Wally, for joining. I'm thankful that you joined in, and I hope we can keep Podsgiving going.
Yes.
Hope so.
Yeah.
This
I'm
is
down.
always a blast, always fun. You guys are the
I'm
best.
It's awesome to chat with you guys again. I've missed it. So
Yeah.
thank
Same.
you all for coming.
Thanks
there
for having us.
Oh, thank you. It's been a pleasure. And is there anything that you wanted to say before we log off?
Have a great Thanksgiving.
Josh, we miss you.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Thank you.
we miss your style and your ability to make people laugh. Russ, keep doing what you're doing because you're one of the best in the YouTube content creation environment. So thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
Guys, check out 12 Supreme Days of Christmas. I haven't said it
yes.
right. So if you're going to
That
do
was
it,
the first time.
I've never
You
said
have
it
never
right,
said it
Josh.
right.
I've never said it right, Josh.
it's a Podsgiving miracle.
It's a miracle.
Hashtag 12SDOC. Frank the Tank just put it there. There it is.
Thanks, Frank. Thanks, Josh.
Make sure you get involved in that this year. It's a good time. It's good for
Yeah.
everybody. Get some free stuff.
Yeah, definitely. All right, everybody. Thank you
All right,
again.
Thank you. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Bye-bye.
Thanksgiving to you as well.
Bye.
Is it over?